about what's going on.
Beyonce is losing hundreds of thousands, millions of followers every day, and she still hasn't said anything. Just pretending like life is great in Paris. Diddy is a drug dealer, and so is Jay-Z. The proof is there.
When controversial singer Jaguar Wright made explosive allegations against Jay-Z and Beyoncé during a recent episode of Piers Morgan Uncensored, the fallout was immediate and dramatic. Piers Morgan, known for his no-holds-barred approach to journalism, was suddenly forced to issue a public apology to the couple after their legal team intervened. But what drove Morgan to retract these serious claims that suggested the music power couple had been involved in misconduct? How did Morgan navigate the treacherous waters of celebrity claims? And what does this incident reveal about the responsibility of media in shaping public perception? We'll share all the details, but before we go forward, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon. Recent on-air apology by Piers Morgan following a major controversy that unfolded on his show Piers Morgan Uncensored. This public apology was directed toward none other than music industry icons Jay-Z and Beyoncé after false allegations were aired about the couple.
Well, Jaguar Wright unexpectedly made several serious allegations about Jay-Z and Beyoncé during their interview, something we do lightly at a show called Uncensored. But, like the proverbial cries of fire in a crowded theatre, there are legal limits on us too. And we apologise to Jay-Z and Beyoncé.
These allegations, made by American singer Jaguar Wright, claimed Jay-Z and Beyoncé were involved in harmful behaviors similar to those recently associated with rapper scene Diddy Combs. Let's break down what happened, the context surrounding these claims, the legal repercussions, and why Morgan felt compelled to issue a rare on-air retraction. It all started with an interview featuring singer-songwriter Jaguar Wright, a controversial figure who has made headlines in the past for her bold accusations against music industry leaders. During the interview, Wright was brought on to discuss ongoing allegations against scene Diddy Combs, who is currently facing multiple serious charges, including sex trafficking and racketeering. Wright's comments quickly spiraled beyond Diddy, as she implicated Jay-Z and Beyoncé in similar alleged misconduct. She claimed the couple had hundreds of victims with stories about what they've experienced. These allegations were shocking and immediately drew attention because of their serious nature and the high-profile status of the individuals involved. During the broadcast, Piers Morgan did acknowledge that neither Jay-Z nor Beyoncé was present to defend themselves against these accusations. However, the severity of Wright's allegations created a ripple effect that could not be ignored. To understand the depth of these accusations, it's crucial to grasp the broader context of what was happening with scene Diddy Combs at the time. Combs had been arrested just weeks prior, facing charges for sex trafficking, sexual exploitation, and racketeering. Over 100 alleged victims were reported to be coming forward against Combs, which heightened public interest in the claims against other prominent figures in the industry, including Jay-Z and Beyoncé. The news of Combs' arrest dominated media platforms, especially as victims came forward with harrowing stories of misconduct involving drugs, exploitation, and abuse. Jaguar Wright, who had previously been vocal about her negative experiences with industry leaders like Diddy, used her platform on Piers Morgan Uncensored to highlight her grievances, not only against Diddy, but now extending to Jay-Z and Beyoncé. In this interview, Wright alleged that Jay-Z's behavior was, in her words, worse than Diddy's, claiming that the couple had been involved in abusive behaviors for years. These comments drew immediate attention, but the gravity of the claims also raised significant red flags. Fast forward to Piers Morgan's response. In a surprising turn, Morgan took to the airwaves just days after the interview to issue a public apology.
I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim Ford?
Keeping people against their will. Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane. Unconscious. There's a lot of things that people don't want to talk about. Piers.
Listen, like I said, Jay-Z and Beyoncé are not here, unfortunately, to respond to that.
I know. I'm just being honest with you.
You're perfectly entitled to your views, obviously. Kim Porter,
Yes.
a new book claims that Diddy may have been involved in her early death. What do you think of that?
I think people should really look into that more.
This move was unexpected, given Morgan's reputation for hosting a show named Uncensored, where guests often share controversial and unfiltered opinions. However, following the interview, the legal team representing Jay-Z and Beyoncé swiftly contacted Morgan, stating that the allegations made by Jaguar Wright were entirely false and had no factual basis. The couple's lawyers demanded that these claims be retracted, and Morgan complied by editing out the portions of the interview that contained Wright's false statements. For a show that prides itself on not censoring content, editing the interview was a significant step. Morgan admitted that while they are cautious about altering interviews, there are legal limits to what can be aired. He compared the situation to shouting fire in a crowded theater. Certain claims, especially false ones, could have severe legal consequences. In addition to editing the interview, Morgan issued a formal apology to Jay-Z and Beyoncé during his next episode. He made it clear that the claims Wright made about the couple were unfounded and that his team had been legally obligated to remove the misleading content from the interview. The legal response from Jay-Z and Beyoncé's team was a decisive one. In their view, the platforming of such serious and untrue allegations wasn't just harmful to the couple's reputation, but also harmful to the real victims of abuse in the entertainment industry. Their legal representative emphasized that spreading false information like this distracts from the genuine cases of exploitation and abuse that need attention. They took a stand, not just to defend their own reputations, but to call out the harmful effects of amplifying unsubstantiated claims, especially on a platform that reaches millions of viewers. Jaguar Wright's history of making allegations against high-profile figures is not new. Over the years, she has been outspoken about what she claims to be the dark side of the music industry. In late 2022, Wright made headlines after accusing Diddy of being responsible for the deaths of key figures in the industry. Wright's claims have long been regarded as controversial, and her interview with Piers Morgan was no different. Wright has described the industry as rife with ritualistic behaviors, exploitation, and abuse. She claims to have witnessed these acts firsthand and insists that prominent figures like Jay-Z and Beyoncé are complicit. However, despite her outspoken nature, these claims have never been substantiated with concrete evidence. Following Morgan's apology, the edited version of Jaguar Wright's interview was made available on the Piers Morgan Uncensored YouTube channel. The sections containing the false allegations were removed, adhering to the legal request made by Jay-Z and Beyoncé's team. While Morgan acknowledged that editing interviews is something his show does not take lightly, he recognized the legal and moral implications of airing unverified claims. He emphasized that as a broadcaster, there is a responsibility to ensure that platforms do not become vehicles for harmful, unsubstantiated allegations. Meanwhile, the legal battles surrounding Diddy Combs continue to evolve. Combs, who remains in custody after being denied bail, is facing accusations of operating a criminal enterprise that preyed on women. Federal investigators have uncovered disturbing allegations of sex trafficking, sexual exploitation, and drug-fueled parties, all tied to Combs' alleged misconduct. These cases have sent shockwaves through the music industry, raising questions about the abuse of power and the exploitation of vulnerable individuals. As more victims come forward with their stories, the investigation into Diddy and his associates is far from over. The intersection of fame, power, and controversy is not new in the entertainment industry, but it's clear that the lines between truth and rumor often blur in today's media landscape. While platforms like Piers Morgan Uncensored offer a space for open dialogue, they must also bear the weight of responsibility when it comes to airing serious allegations. In this case, Morgan's decision to issue an apology reflects the growing importance of verifying information before it's broadcasted, especially when it involves high-profile individuals like Jay-Z and Beyoncé. His actions serve as a reminder that even in an era of uncensored media, legal and ethical standards still apply. Beyoncé and Jay-Z's silence following Diddy's recent arrest stems from a desire to avoid any implications regarding their own involvement in the alleged events surrounding Diddy's parties. As reports surface about Diddy's involvement in sex trafficking and the abuse of women at these gatherings, the couple's decision to remain quiet appears to be a strategic move to protect their reputations. Sources close to the couple suggest they are concerned about the potential fallout if it were revealed that they had knowledge of Diddy's activities. They reportedly fear that any admission or defense of Diddy could lead to embarrassing scrutiny regarding their own connections and interactions with him. The source indicated that there's already speculation about what they may have known, adding to the pressure to maintain silence. Additionally, the couple is reportedly utilizing their lawyer, Alex Spiro, to manage the situation and suppress any rumors that could further damage their public image. This includes threatening legal action against media figures like Piers Morgan, who have made claims suggesting that Jay-Z and Beyoncé may have their own undisclosed issues similar to those surrounding Diddy.